It worked.
What is up, guys? My name's Ty Brown and this is Judith the Jeep. I figured before I start posting all these videos I'd kind of do a quick summary of the Jeep, talking about what's done with it or done to it and what I plan to do with it, and then just kind of my intentions of this channel. I don't really plan on dedicating my life to this. I kind of just want to take some videos that I've shot within the past couple months of various and popular trails around the US, some of the events I've gotten to go to, and just general Jeep Cherokee stuff. So I'm going to go ahead and talk a little bit more about the channel. It seems like every day in the US, public lands and our off-road trails get shut down due to disrespect and just lack of use. So I'm hoping maybe this will inspire some people to get out and check out what you've got in your area. Unfortunately, I'm currently living in Champaign, Illinois, and it's nothing but cornfields and gravel roads. So to get any off-road trails, I got to drive at least like 2 hours. So, but I'll go ahead and just jump into what's done with the Jeep. So whenever you watch these videos, you can kind of gauge if it's something that you could do in yours or if it's something you might stray away from. So I hope you guys enjoy all the content I start to put out. I'm hoping to kind of improve as I do it. Some of the videos, it's not the best cinematography as I'm using a phone and a GoPro, and I've got like a Nikon camera set up, but I don't really shoot too much video with that. If you want to pay attention to the build, you can head on over to my Instagram, which is Roaming Chef, or you can hop on Cherokee Forum, look for Cherokee Champs Adventure Mobile. So I'm going to go ahead and dive in and just talk about what's done with the Jeep. Excuse the fact that it's raining and there is some traffic, as this is kind of just a pull off to a main road here, but I just wanted to kind of get outside and get a different view rather than a garage or my driveway. So I'll jump into just the specs of it. I got it about 3 years ago as a bone stock 2000 Jeep Cherokee. It had the inline 6 with an MP231J transfer case, Dana 30 front, and a Chrysler 8 1/4 in the rear. The drivetrain, as of right now, the front differential, the Dana 30 is open. I have an advanced adapters SYE, and the Chrysler 8 1/4 is locked with a Spartan locker. The front has an IRO steering setup with Rubicon Express sway bar disconnects, Rubicon Express lowers. Trying to think of anything else I got on the front there. Just the factory skid plate, and then for recovery I have a Detours USA winch mount with a Smittybilt 9,500 pound winch, which I did do a review on. And then I just took an Aries brush guard I got for a pretty good deal and cut that up to fit. It has the Napier hood vents. Due to whenever I first got it, it was kind of getting hot, so I super flushed it, installed those hood vents, flow cooler, water pump, Mopar radiator. Now it's lucky to break 210 on a hot day, runs at about 195 in traffic. Armor, so I have the front steering skid plate, I've got a Goliath off-road transfer case skid plate, AJ's off-road sliders, and a ZJ gas tank skid. Just Napier flares. The snorkel is just an Amazon snorkel. I flooded it halfway up the door one day and decided it was probably time for a snorkel. Other things that are done to it, I've got the roof rack I'm not sure on the brand. I almost want to say it's a homebrew, but it's of a pretty decent quality and it did a great job on the month-long trip. I did live out of the back of this, and it was not the comfiest, but I was able to live out of it. Sorry, there's a car coming. I'll take a look at the rear bumper setup. So the rear bumper is just an eBay off-road bumper that has when I say off-road, it's just pretty much square stock with a 2-inch receiver hitch. And then a very good friend of mine over at Narrow Road Incorporated kind of came up with this homebrew drop-down tire carrier setup that just goes into the 2-inch receiver. All the lights are just Harbor Freight light housings with just some Amazon LEDs thrown in them. Underneath it, it has an RT off-road diff cover and just the ZJ gas tank skid, hitch receiver, The suspension is a 2-inch Old Man Emu lift with a 1-inch puck in the front and a 1-inch addle leaf in the rear. The rear leaf springs have been changed out from the factory kit, as Old Man Emu sent me springs that gave me 6 inches of lift in the rear, and the front only net about 1.25 inches, I want to say. And so I had to use Rancho leaf springs for the rear at about 2 inches of lift. The drive shaft, all I did was take a factory drive shaft, rebuild it, and use that for the rear. Things I plan on doing, quite honestly, I want to keep it around 3.5 inches of lift. I think that's perfect for an adventure rig. Keeps it nice, easy to drive on the highway, but off-road you do still have some ground clearance. I mean, you've got to work with what you got, but it's sitting on 31-inch Goodyear Wrangler tires. They're mud terrains. I got them used for about $300, and quite honestly, it is the best tire I've ran on this. I absolutely love it, and it did really well in the rocks in Moab, and it did great in the rocks in Colorado as well. So this Jeep is kind of seen not too much action quite yet. It's been just putting around in the Black Hills of South Dakota for most of its life. Well, not most of its life. Since I've picked it up, ran it around there, and then that's when we took the trip. We've gone to Wyoming several times, just hitting Forest Service roads out there, and then finally we got around this year to Colorado and doing Black Bear and Imogene and Engineer and whatnot. Over to Moab and did 2 Tortoise Road, Gold Bar Rim, and Fins and Things. I kind of left early from Moab as it was extremely hot and I was not enjoying that. From there it was over into Wyoming and Montana and just did 2 tracks out there, nothing too exciting. But I hope, like I said, I hope you guys enjoy the rest of the content I'm going to put out. I'm going to end this clip or this video with some just highlights of the past year. Some of them may be in videos, some of them may not, but I just kind of want to show you some of the stuff I get out and do just to build, you know, just like a mildly built Cherokee. This isn't something that is ridiculously tall on 35s to 40s and 1 tons. It's something that personally anybody could build. I had no mechanical experience at all when I got this, and I learned as I went with good friends along the way and some really good shops along the way as well. So I hope you enjoy what I start putting out, and keep on Jeeping on.